Day, another stream. We're doing it. We are friggin' doing it. I already see some code reviews coming in. I got some beats going. I'm ready for it. I'm ready for it. Today we're going to be doing a bunch of stuff, but a lot of stuff on autorouting.com, which is our new or kind of old, actually. Had it for like 6 months. I've been kind of not fully deployed this domain, but we want to release auto routing data sets, and I'm gonna give it a little polish. I'm gonna clean it up a little bit. But let me just futz with my new camera here for 1 second. Let's see if we can get that little bit of junk out of the frame. A little bit of junk on the left side there. Let's do this. Yeah, maybe a little bit more. Yeah. Perfect. Oh yeah, perfect. Cool. Yeah, I don't like that green screen junk. This camera follows me now. Brand new camera. So very excited about that. Not useless as it turns out, because it's pretty annoying to have to futz with things and adjust your cropping or whatever on the fly. Let me do one more thing. When I look at my screen, I'm looking the wrong way. So let's also flip that. Flip horizontal. Perfect. Oh yeah, it's beautiful. Cool. Okay, then is that it? Is that everything I had to do? Everything pertinent? I think so. All right, reviews. Let's see. Gotta check my little guy here. All right, here's a review. Yeah, pretty fun. 01 preview is out, which is very exciting. So some fixes that I mentioned to TechMan that he should do. Basically just copied them, which is good. Yeah, 01 not preview is out. I don't know how to use it. Can I use it? 01. This is just 01, not 01 preview. I think this is brand new. I think this is just out now. I don't even think there's an 8er benchmark for it yet. So it's very exciting. It's very exciting that we have a new model to play with. Although, did this get an update? 10.22? No. Okay. Why does this seem like it's higher? 92. Was this always at 92? That's so high. I don't know. Maybe it's always been like that. Anyway, we really want to wait for this guy. I forget his name. Paul. We really want to wait for Paul. This guy is the best. We really want to wait for Paul to release those new benchmarks before we really know if O1's good. But maybe we'll use it for something. Every once in a while I have something good to paste into context. We're also going to be playing with Devin, so we'll do a little bit of Devin stuff. But we're mostly going to be using 8er. Good old 8er. So what do we got going on here? Got new website. You know, you can view auto routing data sets. It's the concept. You can filter. We've already got a couple data sets prepared. So very exciting to be able to actually see all of our data sets without the jank. It was really bad looking before. I'll probably show it at some point. It was really, really bad looking. This is still pretty bad looking, but it's like more minimally workable. So yeah, this is looking pretty bad. When it gets small. Yeah, it's not looking so good. We'll do this. I think that's the best compromise I'm going to get on the screen size here. And then I'll do, whoops. I'll do this. Yeah, perfect. Okay. Yeah, I've got a system for making the code somewhat readable. All right, last thing. Just got to do a quick post. Live streaming now. Feel free to post your review requests in Review Me. Okay, and that's it. All right, let's get started. So when we design an API, the first thing I like to do is build a fake version of the API. So auto routing is going to use an API to pull all these data sets, so we want to be able to use that. So I think I was in the middle of writing that test before I went to dinner. So let's see what we can do. So this is the structure of a test. You get a test server, and then you call something, and then you have some data that you can test. So pretty simple. We're going to design a endpoint for a different route here. So we currently have health.ts. Let's go ahead and make one. So we'll say datasets get, and we'll test the ability to get a data set. A little bit of TDD. And we have to do a couple of these manually before we can have AI automate it. So we'll have AI automate like 90% of this. But you can't rush it. I don't really like KY syntax. I much prefer Axios' syntax, but Axios is kind of dead, so we're gonna use this guy. How do I give search params? I think that's right. Say dataset ID, dataset 1. So this is probably gonna 404 because I don't think I populated any of the data sets. What's it throw on? Says code 500. Dataset not found. Dataset 1. Well, that should be a 404. Let's check that out. Dataset ID. Oh yeah, because it's just kind of throwing this this junk error. So we'll say ctx.error 404. I like to always have an error object. Error code. Oh, they want me to have a message. All right, fine. Okay. Looks good to me. By the way, this is the first time, I guess, Restream let me stream to TikTok. So I guess I'm streaming to TikTok. Very exciting. Very exciting. I don't know who watches TikTok videos, though, on TikTok Live. So when you go on there. Rad AirPods. Thank you, Bahad. Long time no see. Yeah, thanks. These are normal-ass AirPods. So I appreciate you noticing. All right, now we're getting a 404, which is better. I like that. 404 versus 500. It's all about the little improvements, you know? Yeah, I'm wearing AirPods because I'm gonna get a little bit bored. So I'm listening to this guy, this artist, McGee. This guy's great. Love him. Or them. All right, so we kind of got to build a sort of a seed for this server. So we got a DB handle here. We can kind of try to build up a seed. Can I do this? Can I push into the data set? Let's create a little function here. Seed database.ts. Seed database, we'll take a database handle. Yeah, we'll do something like that. I don't know what the database handle is called. I'm just going to try to autocomplete this. Lib, DB client. Loves to try to import those JavaScript extensions there. All right, DB client. Let's do it. All right, there we go. That's the good AI. All right, dataset 1. It's not very fun, but owner 1. Let's say test user, and then we'll say, I don't know, what's a good data set? Custom keyboards. We'll say sample count is 1. Keep this real simple. Data set name with the owner. I don't know why I made this so verbose, but yeah, there we go. Okay, cool. So now we'll call that seed database method. Okay, so now this should work. We got a data set. Let's run it. Cool. Okay, so response doesn't match. Bun has a new feature that's pretty exciting called toMatch inline snapshot. This feature is super cool. Unfortunately, their types don't support this yet, so I have to do ts ignore. I think, I can even do ts expector, so that this can eventually be removed. I actually just filed this issue the other day. I wonder if anybody responded to it. Let's see. We need to find the bun repo. Wonder how many hours I streamed. You know, the platforms that give you wrapped, they're not always the platforms you want. I would have loved a restream wrapped that told me how many hours I streamed. It's probably not too much. It's probably like 80, I would guess. Maybe like 100. They might have that information somewhere. Maybe I missed it. If you don't have like a cool animation, it's a little bit less memorable. As stupid as I think they are when like Spotify's, I was like waiting so long. Oh, there we go. All right, this guy took a look. You know, I want to say they might have even have released a new version very recently. No, they haven't released it yet. I don't know. Maybe you know, it's weird. They didn't release. I don't know. This feature is only a week old, so I'll be patient. But anyway, ts expector. So now when we run this file, I ran it in the background there. It actually captures a nice little inline snapshot. The problem with this snapshot is that created at timestamp is not going to be consistent. So we kind of have to do something with that. Yeah, I don't know. I really like this feature because it's like such a solid way to test. It's so quick. But yeah, the timestamps are going to be a problem. I'm thinking like, can I do like remove? Can I have like a kind of like a import method? Yeah, let's do it. Remove timestamps. Okay, export const, remove timestamps, some object. I feel like we should search for them. Recursively search object for anything that looks like a time, that is a string and looks like a timestamp. Can do a really simple check. We don't need to be accurate. Okay. Yeah, sure. That's more accurate than we need to be. Oh, nice. And it even replaces it with a timestamp. That's pretty cool. I like that. It's more like replace timestamps. And then we can do TT. Shouldn't change the type. T extends object. Okay. Still complaining about something here. Any is not assignable to T. Okay. I don't know. All right, now I got to rename this guy. Yeah, TikTok live. I don't really get it so much. That's a little weird. I guess it's calling it on everything, so we'll just do this. We'll just say T, so you can pass in anything. Okay, and then here we're going to do remove timestamps. And then in my console, when I run this test, I have to add update snapshots. Okay, can't find variable remove timestamps. So we want to change this, replace timestamps. Oh, and because of our TS expect error, we're actually masking one of the errors. So we'll do that. And then, you know, I might be able to fix this type myself. It's not like, it's not magic. How do I do this? I could probably fix this type myself. I don't need anybody. How do I do this? Hold on. Index. It's probably like a... Yeah, declare module button test matchers. Okay. Nobody thumbs upped my issue, so I'm kind of skeptical. But let's give people a hot fix. Let's give the people what they want. To match. What is it? Inline snapshot. And then what does this take? I think it can take, yeah, snapshot string or null, something like that. And I think that's optional. Yeah, okay. So that's the hot fix. Put in any TypeScript file you read, and you're good. Checking for reviews. None. Sad. All right, let's see if this replace timestamps thing worked. There we go. So it ran it, replaced it with timestamp. Pretty cool. And this test is super stable now. That is friggin' sweet. Yeah, that's pretty sweet. I wonder if AI generating the tests is gonna not generate them, because that's like it's a little bit weird, but oh my gosh, could you ask for like a better looking test? You understand exactly what this endpoint does. It's like way better documentation. And I like how it stringifies it and stuff, formats it. It's just nice. All right, we'll save that. So datasets/get test. All right, let's start using AI. I didn't come here to code. This is going to be a little bit jank, but so really fighting for space. But this project structure is a little bit weird, but there's basically this API directory. I think I can add the whole directory, and then I can just say implement, and then give it that datasets list file. And then in the subsequent request, I will ask it to write the test. Okay, let's check that out. Make sure I did it right. Super fast. Yeah, looks pretty good. This is like a mock DB. Very easy. Very simple. This is all just kind of a fake API before we implement the real API. So the Pglite thing that's in the title, that's all about I need to get like, when I write the real API, I'm going to test using Pglite. We're going to start up a Pglite instance. So I have some reference code that does that. It's not something a lot of people have done, like I think in the capacity I have, where you're running like a bunch of tests in parallel. It's like a lot of problems. It's fraught with danger, but I am excited to get into it. Yeah. But I like to build the back end after I've built out the entire front end with this kind of fake, very simple API, because you can really get the vision, and then the back end is very rewarding when you finally build it. And you can also change API endpoints, and it's not so much work. You don't have to do so much pre-planning because it's not a big deal. If we mess up one of these endpoints, I mean, that took 5 seconds to make. Literally, I think that took less than 5 seconds. All right, let's add the tests. And then we'll say implement a test for dataset/list. So this is all using Sonnet. I don't know if I can use the new 01 model yet. I'm just waiting on Aider to add support. That's when I'll start using it. Okay, a test passed, but is it a good test? Let's find out. I'm just gonna make this full screen. We're doing API stuff. We don't need a browser. When we start looking at previews, maybe I'll pull it back. Okay, looks pretty good to me. Pretty simple. Just building out these endpoints. These are the endpoints that the front end will use. It'd be cool to have a couple more endpoints. So maybe before I go too much further, we'll kind of expand this. Make the front end a little bit more interesting. So add a second data set. Let's make it a data set of blinking LED modules, 3 samples, max layer count 1. Cool. We'll make this one 2. It's very normal for a custom keyboard. Okay, so we probably just broke the test we just made. Yeah, so we'll just do update snapshot. How cool is this feature, though? Like, the thing is, nobody looks at snapshots. If you don't... Oh, did I typo? Update snapshot with an S. Snapshots. Cool. Oh, I love it. Man, I love this timestamp thing. This is freaking sweet. Okay, data set/list. We already have enough to start building out the front end and connect up our little page here, our little baby page with our 2 data sets. So that would be cool. I think I forgot. Let's look at the schema real quick. Database schema, samples, sample files, auto routers, data sets. I don't know if I can. It says last updated. I don't have an updated at. That's unfortunate. I'm gonna break all these. This is the downside of I'll just update all of them. Update snapshots. Okay, there we go. Add updated at. Cool. We also need this star count, I guess, if we're gonna populate this UI. Hey. Okay, last thing. Okay. Downside of snapshots, they're not, it's a little too precise because we don't really care about single field attributes, but, oh, I typoed. Star count. Okay. All right. Okay, what else do we need? We've got a lot of endpoints here. Samples. We got to be able to get samples. I used to have some pretty interesting ways of displaying data sets with Universal Data Tool. I don't know if this is going to work enough, though, where I can see it. Image segmentation, configure. Wow, this is such an old UI. Ooh, I don't think it's going to work. Maybe I could see it. Start from template, image segmentation. And then we've got this thing, samples. Oh, wow. This UI is so interesting. Oh, wow. Huh. Oh, that's crazy. Like, damn. It's quite sophisticated for its time. Yeah, it had collaborative sessions, good download. Wow. Right, so a bunch of different ways to view the data. It's got this grid view. I remember this grid view having like hundreds of samples, and that was kind of cool. Don't want to do that here. Not sure. I don't know. Let's just keep going along. Let's not get too distracted here. We also have endpoints for getting all the auto routers. Oh, there's so many endpoints. We're gonna have to build an admin interface for managing this later too. There's so much stuff. Oh, I don't like it. I kind of just want to, have like a dynamic spreadsheet that all this is managed in, but I know I'll regret it. I never regret using a database. I do waste a lot of time maybe on it, but I don't usually regret it. But I've spent a lot of time converting spreadsheets into databases. Fixed type issue. So we can do two things. We can make the auto routers page, or we can make it so you can click into a data set and see all the samples. Let's do... I don't really know how this guy's going to look. The data sets page. Let's look at Hugging Face. How does Hugging Face do it? If you go into a data set. Yeah, it's basically, I mean, the dataset viewer is cool, but it's basically just a README. README on this side, stats, a bunch of data about it, tags, name, author, datasets, kind of like section, so you know what section you're in. You can go back. This is basically just a back button. Question answering. So yeah, these are basically all just tags. You got the license, that's important. I definitely want to show the license. The viewer is kind of like a table viewer. Files and versions. Community, we don't need this. And it's got models that have used it. These are trending. What has the most likes? Awesome ChatGPT prompts. How is that even a data set? I guess it's a data set for training on the best prompts. I don't know. Open Orca. I don't know what Open Orca is either. Flan data. What is Flan data? I don't know what Flan is. Fine-tuned language net. Fine-tuned language net. Okay. So basically like a fine-tuned LLM. All right. All right. Whatever, man. All right. Let's do the auto router endpoint. So implement / auto routers / list. I think that's it. Yeah. So we want to be able to compare auto routers. We're very similar to Hugging Face here. Write a test for / auto routers / list. Seed the database to add 2 auto routers, free routing, and TS circuit built in. Okay. I feel like this is really fast. I don't know if Sonnet's sped up recently. I'm not sure. Okay, it passes. It's always good. Looks good. Can't argue with that. I like to let the fakes, the fake versions of the API use any string as the IDs, but in practice, in the production API, just use UUIDs, of course. All right, implement autorouters/get and implement test. We'll try doubling up, save some time. Yeah, you can do your API so quickly now. It's like, why? I don't know. Why not implement a fake API? Ooh, this one failed. Autorouter not found. Oh, interesting. Probably doesn't need my help. It can probably fix it on its own. But fix the test error. Nice. Okay. Implement autorouters list and get. So we've done everything except basically samples now. I think I'm going to be a little bit careful about the sampling. I want to be... Yeah, because the numbers have to line up. Then it's like, what is inside the sample? Samples also have files. So we might need kind of a dedicated function for creating a sample because it actually has to execute TS circuit code, I think. So we'll add TS circuit core as a dependency. That's all we need to build TS circuit code. And then we'll add circuit to SVG so that we can generate SVGs for that for the circuits we're generating. And then we'll implement a function here, create samples. So this is stuff that, I know Claude isn't going to be too great at because it's very TS circuit specific, but we're gonna create a circuit on the fly here. So yeah, we'll import circuit SVG circuit from TS circuit core. We're gonna want a schematic SVG. We're also gonna want a PCB SVG. And we don't really need a DB client. We do need to know what kind of circuit to generate. So we use circuit type. I think the two were like keyboard and then something else. Blinking LED. And then sample number. So like synthetic data sets in TS circuit basically work by you give it a number and then it renders different react for that particular circuit. So keep it simple. We'll keep all these boards the same length. We're actually working on like you won't have to provide the board length. Oh, I also have to convert this into a TSX file. Okay. So we'll say if circuit type is keyboard, got to generate something that kind of looks like a keyboard. Ah, man. I wonder if I already have a snippet like this. key? Do I have a key? Key hot socket, key shaft, key. I have a 9-key keyboard. Oh, that's not bad. I haven't played with this in a really long time. I wonder what happens if I do autorouter equals cloud. If we get a better routing from this. It's been a while since I've tested this. Ooh. Autorouter is stalling. Is it down? We have had bad availability on our autorouter. Let's see. Whoops. We can run it with a different circuit to see if it's somewhat working. Okay. Oh, no, it worked. Ooh, that doesn't look right. Oh, interesting. Huh. Yeah, it's not properly routing to the bottom pads. Causes this board not to route properly. Okay. That is actually kind of a problem. Hey, let's see if I drag and drop this DSN file. Actually, it might be the trace conversion. Huh, interesting. This session and DSN properly. Back from free routing with traces on the same layer. And then I need to upload these friggin' files. Let's go to our API. All right, I gotta do this off screen. Okay, let's take a look at the auto running jobs on prod here. Oh, this page sucks. What is going on here? Why does that page take so long to load? I feel like I forgot to merge some stuff. Ooh, yeah, I did forget to merge some stuff. Okay. All right. So theoretically, I created 2 jobs. I think this is probably the right one. Okay, so this is my job that is probably not converting properly. This stuff is so complicated, but basically, like, to go to free routing, you have to convert a bunch of input DSN, you know, DSN, Spectra DSN. It's like the auto routing format. Also, GitHub isn't going to let me upload these. Yeah. All right. So what do I do? Maybe I can rename it. Nice. Okay, and then we'll download the session. So the session is kind of like a half Spectra DSN file. Oh, there it is. Yeah, Spectra DSN, 500-page specification that was made open thanks to kind of like a federal thing, like a literal case, like Spectra DSN federal government. Spectra. Let's see. I thought it was a government thing. Maybe not. I don't know. Anyway, it's a pretty big specification. This isn't it. It's a pretty big specification, though. Design language reference. Yeah. Oh, it's only 220. It's only 220 pages. That's not so bad. But pretty hard to fit into an LLM. But yeah, it's basically got, you know, if you understand every word in here, you probably know, like, basically everything there is to know about putting together a PCB, because they thought pretty hard about that. All right, let's get back to it. Okay, so we want to generate a keyboard, and what I just looked at was we kind of have an existing keyboard set up. So in theory, I could use something like this. Maybe let's create a new snippet and try to repurpose it. So there's this grid utility function here. So let's give it a parameter like this, sample number. We'll give it a default of 3, something like that. Okay, let's format that. Okay, so now we need to make it do something based on the sample number. So maybe the easiest thing we can do, since we only need like 3 samples, is the size X and size Y is gonna kind of dynamically arrange itself. Let's see if that works. So that's sample count 3, so that makes sense. That's like, you know. Also, we're gonna disable routing because we don't need to worry about it for, you know, this autorouting.com is gonna handle the auto routing itself, so we don't need to worry about that. So if we make the default 2, it should be a 2x2 grid. Now I have to wait for this. Shoot. Can't cancel running. That is definitely something you should be able to do. All right, let's try this again. Now our routing is disabled, so we don't have to wait on it. Okay, cool. So now we have a 2x2 grid. Okay, so now we have a snippet that automatically adjusts itself. Let's give it a name. We'll call it keyboard sample. I don't know. We'll save that. So now we should be able to load in this snippet. I'm gonna have to think about this for a minute. Yeah, we can. We should be able to load in and kind of like dynamically get all of that to work. It will require internet access, but that's probably fine. We need to install. TS Circuit eval web worker. So we've got a whole little web worker set up that can execute and handle all the importing. So we're going to do that. It has the same interface, basically. Very similar. Create circuit web worker. I always think I'm going to be doing very normal stuff on the stream, and then I'm always like dealing with, you know, a lot of custom stuff. But how much of people's time is spent, you know, on custom domain-specific parts of their software versus, you know, I don't know, very generic things. We don't work on very generic things. Otherwise, AI could actually replace us. Can't wait for the day that Claude or O1 or whatever is trained on TS Circuit, though. That'll be a great day. I want some URLs, but I don't think we have to give it. The web worker URL, we don't have to give it if we're executing in Bun. I think it should just automatically work. We can give it anyway, though. Technically, it makes it a little bit more durable, I think. So blob URL. Okay. Is that right? Create web circuit. I don't know. Okay, so I do have to await it. Okay, cool. All right, so we'll do circuit.execute. And then we're going to import our custom board here. What's it called? Keyboard sample. From tsci/seviibar dot keyboard sample. And then we'll do circuit.add keyboard sample. We can do a little bit of JavaScript injection here. Sample number equals sample num. And that's it. So that should handle all the importing and whatnot. And then we get the circuit JSON. And we'll just log that for now. Make sure we're getting this back properly. Yeah, I almost want to test just for that creating sample because that was way more complicated than I thought it would be. So let's see, where's the appropriate place for that? It's a little weird because it's a test fixture. I'll put it right next to the test fixture. Create sample.test. That's yes. We'll say create keyboard sample. I don't really know what I want this to return yet. Let's have it return an object containing circuit JSON. We'll have it throw an error here. It's crazy how prevalent it is to just throw an error like invalid circuit type without specifying the error. Terrible, you know? Error messages are everything. Save hours at a time. Worth their weight in gold. All right. Yeah, all right. We'll log this. We'll see what it's like. We'll also need a destructure. Yeah, good enough. Good enough. Let's see how that goes. I keep forgetting to add that as a dependency. Let's ask Devin to do that small task. Devin, please add comlink as... Oh, you know what? I think I asked it to do it and it didn't work. I filed an issue with Cognition. I asked it to do this exact issue. I won't waste the credits. All right, we got some bugs. We got some errors. Some errors. Whoops. I don't know why VS Code does that sometimes. All right. Can't scroll up. Virtual.tsx JSX value should be either an expression or a quoted JSX text. Oh, yeah. It's bad, JSX. It's actually a really good error message, though. So we'll put that in curly braces. Yeah. Nice. Wow. Can't believe that works. Cool. So we have, wow, 177 items. That's how many JSON elements are part of this massive circuit we just generated. Pretty easy, though. Happy about that. Took a lot of friggin' infrastructure to build that. We're doing what I call circling, which is where you don't actually build practical stuff, but you circle it and make it really easy to build practical stuff until one day you just accidentally fall into making something practical. As definitely a way. Not a bad way to go for a DX-oriented startup, I guess. Okay, so this works. It's a pretty crappy task, but yeah, it's probably fine. You know, actually, I'm kind of okay with this returning circuit JSON. Nah, am I? We have to divvy this up somehow. So we got a lot of scope. This is more like create sample circuit JSON. So we'll do that as a single function. And then we'll have create sample be the same thing, but it'll return circuit JSON first. Yeah, it'll get a schematic SVG, it'll get a PCB SVG, and then it'll return all three. Okay, so now we're generating data sets, right? So we should be able to, let me think, is that everything we need? What do we need? SVGs, circuit JSON, DSN. Yeah, it'd be good to have DSN too. It'd be good to have simple route JSON. That's another format we have. I don't want to introduce too many formats, but that is a good format to have. Let's do it. Simple route JSON I'm very, very interested in. That is a tricky one to get, though. We're going to have to install a pretty obscure dependency. Infgrid iJump A star. Poorly named from a very messy module. It's kind of how you do it, though. You build up lots of infrastructure on your crappy foundation, and then you replace the foundation. But it's what we got. Okay, get simple route JSON. So simple route JSON is that. So that's done. Wow, that is a good loadout as far as file types go. Whoops. I honestly do not think people will want the Spectra DSN files, but it is good to have there for reference. So we'll install the DSN converter and also convert those. Also, I'm getting some type error here. Oh, I think the AI was too quick on the trigger. All right, DSN converters installed. So we'll throw that in. This is actually a lot easier than I thought to do all this. Convert circuit JSON to DSN string. Oh, sounds pretty good to me. DSN string. Sure, whatever. Good old Spectra DSN. Yeah, there's like a ton of things in here. I'm just gonna do, you know, you could get very fancy with this. You could do a bunch of snapshot testing. I'm just gonna check they're all defined. Beautiful. I cannot believe that works. It's actually insane what we just generated. That's months of effort to make that really easy. I didn't even realize it was that easy. Okay, cool. Create sample. Create sample function. I mean, that's crazy. Because like it's not just like importing, it's importing this snippet, executing the code, and then this snippet imports a bunch of other snippets. So that's a ton of stuff. Lots going on. This test suite's going to take forever to run because of the internet access. So I should definitely de-internetify it at some point, but that's for a day. That's not today. Also, if the registry goes down, it's gonna, not be great. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll after I do this, I'll like stringify the whole fake database, and then we can use that. But until then, let's just keep doing it. Just gotta. We're here to code. We're gonna do some code. Fixtures, datasets. Okay, cool. So seed database function. That's where we're at. Yeah, we have to create a ton of stuff. Oh my gosh. I'm going to increase the sample count for the keyboard to 3. Make that a little bit more interesting since we have such a great snippet for that one. Yeah, so like the insertion logic just for the snippet alone is quite complicated because if you look at the schema, we got, this part's simple, no complication there. But then you have to insert each of the files. So it's almost like, I don't know, for let I equals 0, I less than 4, I plus plus, create sample. I really hope it caches all those web requests it's making. And I think the way I did that, it has to be S start at 1. Yeah, that looks good. And then we have to add all the files, right? Oh, is this not async? What's an easy way to do this? I just don't want this code to be too long. Okay, so we'll say files to insert, circuit.json, circuit.json, unsolved routes dot DSN. I kind of like the underscore convention. I don't know why. Kind of like the underscore convention for this data set. I don't know why. Okay, yeah, then we can do this and then sample. Yeah, that's good. Text content. Did Sonic get better? I feel like Sonic got better. Did Sonic get better? It's just its suggestions have been dead on. Did Anthropic Sonic get better? Because they didn't change the version number. I don't know. Okay, so we'll say if type of content is equal to string content, otherwise JSON.stringify content. So that way we can handle those JSON values. Ends with SVG. Yeah, SVG, you do that. File name. Oh, man. Let's just. Okay, meme type. Get meme type from file name. Okay, we'll declare this function. Okay, there we go. Okay, we've populated we can now do sample functions. So we're getting a little bit ahead of ourselves because we don't have the auto routing front end page. And we don't have the sample page. We don't even know what those will look like. So we're getting a little bit ahead of ourselves. But yeah, I don't know. I guess I'll finish the endpoints and then we'll do the front end. Seed samples and sample files. Hopefully that works. I guess we'll find out. We're going to jump right into the implementation for the API though. So I'm going to add the API again, and then let's say implement sample/get take accept a dataset ID and a sample number. And then we'll ask it to add a test. Add a test for sample/get. Oh yeah, that takes a long time to run. Oof. All right. So we'll want to cache the seeded database for sure. What are these errors? Cannot find port for selector. U1 undefined. That might be an issue with maybe it doesn't support 4 samples. Maybe it only supports 3. So we'll change that to 3, and then we'll do, because I didn't test it with yeah, it wasn't really supposed to have 4. Okay, create sample works, but that's not the test I wanted to run. Where's the test? Sample/get test.ts. Oh man, I haven't even looked at this. Okay, so that works. Samples get should return 404 for a non. Okay. Yeah, it's doing a bunch of 404 logic. Sure. wasting time, basically. Yeah, that the test slowness is definitely annoying. It's also theoretically hammering the registry API server, although it caches a lot of stuff, so it might not be that big of a deal. Yeah, the right way to do this is to cache the result of seed database. Yeah, we would have like a script like generate seed. And then we would just load it in instead of our test fixture. I don't know. We'll do it in a minute. We'll do it when I get more irritated. Cool. But it worked. Samples get worked. Samples/get implemented. These are all legit commits too. These are super legit. An endpoint and a test. That's a super legit commit. So I'm not like, over sprinkling commits, as many would say. Okay. What do we need next? Implement. Yeah, let's do sample/get file. This should return the text content. It should return sample file. Yeah. How else could it get confused? Should take sample ID and file path. Code is data now, folks. All right, let's add our tests. Implement a test for samples/get file. Okay. Yes, create that file. Yes, run that file. Oh, that snapshot's too big. Okay, we won't do a snapshot for that one. Oh, actually, wait, what is this? Oh, we tried to write the two-match inline snapshot. Yeah, how do we simplify this? We can say expect res dot sample file dot text. Yeah, that's fine. Why is it complaining about this? Uh, 404, that's fine. Yeah, all right, let's test it. I like how it's guessing the snapshots. It's very good. Okay. Get file implemented. It's really all we need, but we can use view files so that the SVGs can sort of load properly. And this will be the last endpoint we implement, then we're on the front end until we find a bug, probably while implementing the front end. Implement view file. Unlike get file, this endpoint returns a new response, text content, with the appropriate meme type headers. So that's how you can put this in an image tag. Or you can send the user to download this way too. If you put on a download header. Yeah, actually the download header is a good idea. Add a download parameter. If provided, the content disposition header will be added. The content disposition is how you get the file to kind of like prompt the user for download. So if you send them a link where you want them to be prompted to download, you would throw that in. Okay, let's add the tests. Write a test for view file. It's going to try to test everything, which is going to be really annoying, but whatever. So far, this new camera, this OBS bot, looks about as good. Happy with it. You know, that iPhone constantly ran out of battery, and sometimes I was kicking. Sometimes I was having a good stream. I just wanted to keep streaming. Wasn't able to because the iPhone would die. So I'm happy with it. Cool. All right. Looks like it's doing pretty good tests here that aren't too, I don't know, crazy. Turned on my walking treadmill. A lot of people have trouble focusing while they work. I know I never do this in meetings because the it's like super distracting to have somebody swaying. But anyway, I have no issues with focus on a walking treadmill. I don't know why people say, you lose focus. I don't feel it. Okay, implement view file. And now we're on the front end land. Left half. Right half. Just looking at the status page. Looking at this guy. Were you down today? Perhaps. Perhaps. Let's see. What do we got? What do we got? All right. This is running. This is a Next.js app. Let's do the auto routers page. It's empty. There's nothing there. So first things first, I'm going to add app. And I'm just going to be like bootstrap the... Oh, look at this. What's this page? That's interesting. Datasets page. Why are there two of these? What is going on there? Interesting. Wait, actually, what is going on? Dataset page. Oh, interesting, huh? Ah, it's like an aider bug. You can't display it. Okay. So bootstrap the auto routers page. I probably should have integrated React Query before I did this, but I don't really know how to do. How are people doing like API requests with Next now? I could try to do. Is that a good idea? Do server side stuff. What's that called? Server. Ooh, wow. Okay. All right. It put a lot of junk in there. All right, we got a lot of bugs. Sidebar.header. Filters. Okay. All right. Auto router filter sidebar. Okay. There's no circuit. Okay. There's a lot going on here. This is hard to track. UI sidebar. Do these exist? Sidebar.header. What is this? I'm not bullish about this. I think it was trying to copy something else, but you know, I don't even want this. I don't even want this sidebar. I don't know what it is. I don't want it. I'm going to delete it. I'm going to remove everything involved with it. Let's see, auto routers. This is the main page I'm going to look at right now. Okay. Cool. All right, good enough. Oh. Okay, still, what is it complaining about? Auto router mini card. We don't have a circuit icon. Let's look at Lucid React. Lucid. Let's see if they have something similar to a circuit. Oh, it kind of looks like, oh, CPU. Circuit board. They have circuit board. That's actually awesome. I didn't know they had circuit board. Okay, swap that out. Okay, let's see AI's take on this page. Neural Auto Router V1. You know, Neural Auto Router. Everybody wants that name. I think I've seen like a couple companies put out something with that name. That is pretty good though, from a design perspective. I really like that. Yeah, not bad. Not bad. Yeah, there's no need to filter auto routers for a while. There's not many. We're actually probably going to launch with just free routing up there. Maybe TS circuit built in. But yeah, it looks pretty good. I like it. Rating. Actually, yeah, I mean, looks pretty good. I don't hate it. Yeah. I wonder what you would call a non-neural network auto router. Damn, I really like that. Okay, cool. They also generated another page, this auto router, like a page if you click in, but it looks like it's kind of empty. So that's probably fine for now. Okay, cool. So what do we want to do? Should I try to do server-side rendering for this one? Let's look it up. Or not server-side rendering, whatever the hell. Next.js 15, API calls. I haven't done this. I've avoided this feature because I feel like you don't really need it. But yeah, let's try it. Let's see how far we get. I'll probably not be happy about it. Okay, admin panel, cookies, okay. Caching, client router, blah, 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 blah. What do you call an API request? What do you call when I use fetch? What's it called? It's called like a server action. How do I use next 15 server actions? It's kind of new. I don't even know on October 10th. Yeah. Okay, interesting. Form action, registration form, DB users create, handle form submission, use server. Okay. Handle form submission, use server. Okay. I don't know how I feel about this. I remember the author of React Query was like, I don't even know how to do this. I don't even know what to do here. Okay. Oh, okay. So async function create, but what if I want to load data? Okay, so server actions are the mutating ones. Data fetching and catch. Okay, so I think we just want normal ass data fetching. Okay, so we can fetch. All right. So let's all right. We got a lib directory here. I'm gonna introduce lib ky. Can you type ky for an API? Okay, hold on. Let's just take a timeout. All right, auto routing. Auto router list page generated. Let's see. All right. I'm wondering if I can generate types for the API with WinterSpec here. WinterSpec is the HTTP framework that is running this API, but it's a little tricky to use. Code-gen route types. Let's do it. Code-gen route types. Hopefully this works. While running code-gen route types. Oh, command not found. Bunix WinterSpec code-gen route types. I don't know, man. Command not found. How the F does this work? Middleware, blah, 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 blah. Test. Code generation. Okay, I have to give it an output file, maybe. I don't even feel like I use XO. Turn off extension, yeah. Okay, there we go. Yo, what up, Babsy? How you doing? Good morning. Ooh, this is worrying how long it's taking. maybe there's a lock. I'm gonna kill this other process and then restart this. Could be a lock. Why is this taking so long? It might have to execute a lot of files, but we don't have that many routes. I don't know. Let me see if this repo has debug stuff. Debug. I don't think it has debug stuff. How do you debug this? Because I really want those types. That would like make life a lot easier. Try using bun. I don't know what's going on here. Platform node, output, route types .ts. Let's try that. Yeah, it seems like it's getting hung up. How can I debug this? Where is it getting hung up? I don't want to spend too long on this, but it's really nice to have good types. Code gen, route types. All right. Yeah, there's not much to it. Let's see. Extract route specs from AST. I guess that's where it's getting hung up. Not sure. Extract route specs from AST. It doesn't seem that complicated though. Wow, this entire project needs like debug. Oh, it seems so simple. I don't know if I want to get into it though. It's really good testing here. So like things usually work. So we can build it and we can Yelk publish it and we can possibly add a little bit of debugging. So we can give this like a, a good college try, one might say. See if we can get our route types generated. Because it's pretty cool. It's a type file that has your entire API baked into the types. Pretty cool, if you ask me. All right, I gotta open a window because my air quality is at 1,000 CO2 ppm. It's too high. Got to keep the brain working. Oh, wow, that camera actually followed me. Come back. Wow. Crazy. It's a recipe for disaster. Camera following me around the room. Okay. All right, so this is where we were. So let's see, we could make this something that's kind of committable if we actually use the real life debug module. It's literally not even installed. Okay. So you can say debug equals debug, WinterSpec, code, gen, route types. So that this is locatable. Then we're just going to debug running with config. Boom. Easy. Okay, then we go into here and we do, more stuff. Doesn't matter how much we log in debug because it costs us almost nothing. Okay, so I'll say like debug, creating projects. We're gonna try to figure out King diagnostics. I like to do this when something is not finished. Creating route map, I love it. Good. Yeah, so we're just trying to figure out where this guy's getting hung up. Well, there's a lot of stuff that happens. Get type checker. Man, these functions, they're so nested. It's very hard to follow when you get this nested. Render type. So we got a function and a function here. Oh yeah, so this is all in scope. Wow, this is complex. Okay. Yeah, no, let's see what happens. We might get surprised how not far this gets. So we're gonna npm run build. It's an npm project. And then we're gonna do yelk publish our local version. Then we come over here, we do yelk add WinterSpec. Export debug equals WinterSpec asterisk to get all those debug statements. And then we do the same thing. We see how far we get. Oh, wow. It's kind of surprising. I wonder if it's actually executing the binary I'm expecting. We can look it up. So WinterSpec, dist, got yalk in here. I don't know. Maybe the build command doesn't do what I think either. So let's challenge all the assumptions. Build tsconfig blah 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 blah. Pre-build. We got a pre-build. That's interesting. Pre-test. Pre-type check. I don't know. Seems okay to me. So complicated. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Seems right. Although this dist directory has a lot more stuff. That's interesting, huh? That does kind of imply something's wrong. npm run build. Whoops. npm run build. Okay, we got lots of stuff in there. Yelk publish. Yelk add. Maybe bun doesn't play too well with Yelk. Let's use npm. So we'll do npm generate types. Okay, and we're frozen again. I don't know. I'm not gonna spend too long on this. It's not worth it for slightly better types. But man, what is going on? It's pretty basic. It's like the first thing run. I cannot think of why that wouldn't work. This could be a Yelk issue, though. I want to find the binary itself. I feel like that'll be more informative. So we have this .bin directory, and then inside of here should be a WinterSpec binary. Although I crashed the terminal because apparently one of these files has some something bad in it that is capable of crashing me. So I got to be a little careful, or crashing Ranger. Okay, node modules, bin, and then we're going to do a search for WinterSpec. Okay, so there it is. Yeah, it looks like it's just not updating it with the bin command we want. So it's like a Yelk issue. Maybe bun isn't playing nice with Yelk. Let's try this. And then we'll do ls, or we'll do cat node modules bin WinterSpec. Yeah, it's not there now. I don't think it's there. Yeah. Why would Yelk not? I don't know. It's a little weird too, because even in the node modules directory for WinterSpec, if I go inside dist, oh no, it has everything. Now it has everything. What is the bin? Dist CLI /CLI/CLI.js. Okay. Okay, let's chmod it. Okay, so that works. So we could symlink that, or we can just execute it directly. It's not great, but so I think it's code gen, route types -o. Okay, we're freezing up, but I didn't do the export debug line, so we'll do that export debug line. Oh, there's nothing. What is going on? Okay. This doesn't have the debug line in there. I don't know. I think we're dealing with some Yelk nonsense. This is where it might be nice to use package run. Dist CLI.js. Yeah, it's right there. I don't know. It says it's modifying it. It says I'm removing the installation. I'm putting it in when I do Yelk push. Okay, so now it worked. I don't know. So Yelk push is working for some reason. I don't know. Anyway, if you ever wanted to know how to debug if you think Yelk is being suspicious, that is how, and it sucks. All right, permission denied again, so we do have to chmod. Okay, starting CLI. And that's as far as we get. Great. I'm gonna chase this rabbit hole. Whatever. I'm a little miffed chasing like useless rabbit holes. There's definitely been a lot of that this week. But you know, I don't know. You gotta do it, I guess. Okay, run exit. Great name. Run exit from Clipanion. And then codegen route types is in there. And run is kind of the very next thing. Hello, I am doing great. How are you doing? What up, C Films? Long time no see. So it almost seems like it's a Clipanion issue. Is this popular? 1.1 stars? This isn't that popular. I don't like this library at all. The CLI looks like trash. Is it a TypeScript thing? Yeah, it is a TypeScript thing. It's all a TypeScript thing. Yeah, I wonder what version of Clipanion we're using. Oh, we're using version 4, release candidate 3. Oh my gosh, this project. Is this project abandoned now? Bumps yarn. Why is this using? Oh, I support Node 60. What is going on? Oh my gosh, it hurts. Oh my god, you got to be kidding me. This project is not popular. Oh, this is such a terrible basis. Lead maintainer for Yarn package. Well, I can see why it gets credibility. It's got this guy. But no, it sucks. That sucks, man. That's not good. Wow. Is there a JS circuit? No, not yet. No. But you can use TS circuit with JavaScript is you know, there wouldn't be a point to JS circuit. So you can literally just install the same stuff with TS circuit. Cool. So Clipanion, some library we're using, seems to have some kind of like internal bug. It's kind of a garbage library to begin with. No offense to this guy, I'm sure. Well, you know, actually, offense to him. It's not a good library. Do I really want to port this? I do have so many gripes. Base command. It would take so long to rewrite this. I might be able to like very hackily do it. Let's see. How does this work? I have no idea. Whoever chose this, you've stabbed me. What is this? Clipanion. It's like companion, but clip. But it has nothing to do with a clipboard. CLI anion. Can't even get to my command. I guess how it probably works is it goes through this list of commands, and each command is kind of allowed to grab the whatever the kind of like session or whatever. I think this guy has tests. This repo has tests, so this should kind of work. But I don't know. We're not getting here. I trust debug that it would log. There's literally nowhere to go though. These all extend clip anion. Run exit. It's not throwing. It's stalling. I'm boxed in. Let's try executing this again. Command not found. Then it says command not found if you don't provide a parameter. It's terrible. It's terrible. I don't know. I could try to rewrite this in Commander. But how extensive are these? Like, some of these commands are quite crazy. That one's not too bad. This one's pretty bad. It's amazing to me how crazy stuff can get from like the smallest, smallest opinions. Okay, let's create a branch. Let's do it. Commander port. Start commander port. I would like upgrade clip anion to get fixes, but they literally haven't published a version. We have this like crazy beta version. That's all we have. And I've had issues with this thing before. So we're going to add source/CLI to Aider. And then we're going to say create a new directory, source/CLI2, that uses commander.js instead of clip anion. That's a big ask, so let's see how it does. I will give up at some point, but WinterSpec is one of these projects that I really like. I want to be able to use it. Oh, wow, it's really recreating everything. Go nuts, you know? Add output to chat. Sure. Okay, see how it did. Commands, bundle, dev. Okay, didn't create the command I needed. What is even going? Oh, interesting. Register, base command. Okay, okay. Not a bad architecture. Load config. Okay, okay. All right. Okay, not a bad architecture. Actually pretty happy about that. Not a bad architecture. Definitely very inspired by clip anion, which isn't great because we're trying to port off it, but not bad. Okay, port route types.ts, and then after that we'll port the Open API one. I'm not going to test them, but I'll include them in the bundle for this package, and then you know, I can change the binary. But I don't know. I might be creating more problems than it's worth. I might just create a second binary WinterSpec 2. Okay. You know, I'm not feeling like trying it out. Not right now. Not now. Okay. Port Open API. Open API.ts. I think that's the last one. Bundle dev Open API. I don't know. Commander could have some kind of internal bug too, but I don't know. I think it'd be less likely. Commander is as old as time. It's one of the ancients in the JavaScript world. Okay, we futzed around for a while. Let's see if anything actually works. I'm gonna do bunx. Can I do that? Maybe bun run source CLI to. I don't know if any of this will work. CLI.ts. Can I find module commands bundle routes.js? Okay, let's take a look. Got some duplicate bundle routes command. Bundle routes. I think it's just bundle, right? Bundle routes. Bundle routes. I guess that's a separate thing. Okay. Does that exist? Source/CLI. Bundle routes is a separate command. Okay, so port bundle routes to the commander convention in CLI2. Can you imagine how long this would take? It'd be like a day task. It'd be insane. I'd be scoping this out in a Scrum meeting if I didn't have AI for this. Oh, it wants to remove the old version. No, no, no. Keep it around. We're going to ship both. We're going to ship both because I don't care. Painful. Painful. You know, you can't use, there's this thing called innovation tokens. You can't use too many innovation tokens. Okay, cannot find source bundle some dependency. Can't find. I think you might have to build these. I don't know if all right. This is where things get complicated because we have to figure out how to build this new file now. Okay, build. Again, this project is not native to me, so I'm debugging. I'm here. Okay, tsc-p tsconfig build. So we're saying, okay, we're going to use the tsconfig build. Let's take a look at that file. Build.json. Oh, it builds the whole direct. Oh, no, it has specific includes. I have never seen this. So we'll just do that. Okay. Bun, run, build. Now, do you have an issue finding it? std out does not exist on type command. Maybe I just console.log. Weird bug. Yo, copy multi, how's it going? I got a new camera that follows me. So that's my mental state in a nutshell. Yeah, I've been dealing with refactoring because I didn't understand what the hell was going on with WinterSpec. Okay, node modules. Okay, so let's Yelk. We just built it, so let's Yelk push. And now maybe we can get our route types. I realize this is so deep in the domain-specific land. It's like impossible to follow. Sorry about that, but I gotta solve the problem. Yeah, there's nothing else to do. No such file or directory. Might not be packaged. CLI2 seems to be there. Oh, it's not there. Oh, it's CLI2, CLI. Okay. CLI2. CLI.js. Permission denied. All right. Okay, try one more time. Ooh, nice. This looks easy to solve, though. Okay, argv.slice 2. Okay, so we're gonna copy this. And then we're gonna go over to WinterSpec, and we're just gonna say, actually, I'll go to Aider. And I'll say add source CLI 2. Fix this error I got. Paste. All right. Thinking inside the box. Okay, it wants to run some commands. I don't really want it to run those. So let's build. We'll do yelk push. And then we'll jump to our other project and do chmod. And then we'll run it. Oh, did it work? Hell yeah. Oh, no, it didn't work. We didn't get many debug lines either. We got starting CLI and then nothing. But at least we're using Commander now. So, okay. So we're registering each command. Whoa, what is going on here? This is crazy. I guess because it's doing code gen. I don't know if it gets to the execution point. Man, this is crazy. It might be because the command is two things here. I don't know if you can do this with Commander. I think... yeah, I feel like that syntax isn't right. I feel like it's command and then like subcommand or something. I don't know, maybe I can do this. Oy. Oh no, these are shots in the dark. Okay. Seems like the whole problem is around the nested command, and maybe Clipanion doesn't support it. That doesn't look right. npm run build, we need to yelk push. So we're pushing that dependency to this other project where we will test it. Very complicated test fixture. Okay, add command is not a function. Okay. All right, let's revert. I could also do this for now. Codegen route types. Okay, we pushed it. Man, this is driving me nuts. Yeah, no notifications from XO. Okay, that feels like is that doing the new version? It's just crazy to me that I'm not seeing like any logs. Oh, whoops. Okay, so it says it's registering. Dude, this notification is nuts. There's no way to get rid of it. All right, so now I need to chmod for some reason again. Okay, interesting. Okay, so now it's giving me the argv, which I can kind of use to try to figure out why it's not picking it up. I kind of feel like, I don't know, maybe Commander isn't parsing enough. Yeah, it kind of feels like it's not, like it might be parsing this one instead of this one or something like that. How do let's just look up Commander.js, GitHub. How are you supposed to provide those arguments into it? Because maybe I'm just being dumb. Program to parse, you don't even need a parameter. Okay, let's push that. Permission denied. I think that's a good sign when it's permission denied. I think that means it replaced the file, which is good news. Cannot read properties of undefined reading slice. So it has some issue getting argv for some reason. So strange. I don't know. Maybe that... I don't know. It's very strange. Okay, whatever. It looks like a very basic issue. Program.parse. Let's see if there's other usages of this. Yeah, you pass in the process.argv. It looks like you can... you literally just do program.parse and then you're good to go. You shouldn't have to do anything else. But you can, after you parse, access the arguments. So that's probably our best bet for debugging. My guess is something weird must be going on somewhere else in the module that modifies the process.argv. Maybe like trying to fix names or something dumb. So let's pass process.argv in. And then we'll log the program.args and program.ops. Okay. So do args and then we'll do ops. And hopefully this will provide clarity. Didn't expect to be debugging this today at all, but here we are. Look at us. Chmod, and then we'll run it. Doesn't really matter what command we run. Okay, so it's saying it got args dev. And then the ops are a function. Maybe that's right. Yeah, you gotta call it. I wonder if help works. -- help. Yeah, help works. Oh, but it doesn't really look like anything's registered. What a conundrum. You know what you know what the problem might be? It's not, this program isn't really being passed around too much, right? Maybe we do this. Whoops. Base command. Yeah, what the hell? It does. Wait, what? Wait, each of these are a new command? Okay, wait. Maybe... I don't know. This is dumb. This whole thing is dumb. The original architecture was dumb, so it created a new architecture that was dumb. Late night grinding, I see. Yes. Yes, that is what's going on. Yeah, there's no way for this to register. I don't know. I need the new 01 to help me solve all my issues. What does this register function actually do? The stop program. So it adds a command to. Yeah, it's very silly. It's very silly. I'm just gonna hack fix it. I'm pretty sure that's how you hack fix it. Oh, it's protected. Oh no. Oh, it's protected. Like that's gonna stop me. There we go. Yeah, I try to always guess how interesting a stream will be. Like, like, oh, I'm gonna be doing front end. That'll be interesting. But it's like most of the time, 90% of your time is spent on dumb bugs, right? You can't really do much about it. So that's where we're at. Program.add command is not a function. I knew that. Then why are the types saying it is? Commander also sucks. It's all right. You're interesting enough to carry the whole stream. At least that's why I'm here. It's probably just the ambience of my voice, It reminds you of all the times I've yelled at you, and then you go, I gotta work faster. It's a primal response. I yelled at my girlfriend today because I just dropped my MacBook and I was trying to figure out. You call me a masochist. Anyway, I just dropped my MacBook. I smashed it into the ground, and I was like, oh my gosh. And I was picking it up and checking for damage and looking at the dent or whatever. And I was complaining that, I had dropped it. And then she was listening, but not listening, kind of indifferent to it. And then she was like, did you see it's like a fly over here or something, like there's a fly in the bathroom. It's like, so I was like, no, I didn't see that. It's very aggressive of me. So that's my domestic life for you. That's a glimpse into the inner man. How do I add a command? Why is add command not working? I don't know. Maybe I'm using an old version of Commander. Oh, I know what this bug is. Maybe I don't, but do I? Yeah, command pass to add command must have a name. Okay, so Commander has this weird thing where it will not install properly. I don't know. It wants to be a peer dependency or something. So anyway, it never installs the proper versions, and so you get an old version if you rely on the dependency. Or maybe it could be Yelk too. It could be Yelk causing this issue. But the point is check your versions. Okay, so that's solved. Now it's complaining that they don't have names. So we can just give these names. This is all very dumb. Poor Angela, she doesn't deserve this, and neither do I. Oh, no, you deserve it. You deserve it. You're POS. No, I kid. Nobody deserves it. Nobody deserves anything. Let's to Ash we return, etc. F you. All right. All right, buddy. All right. What do you think this is, a bah? Cogen OpenAI. I'm accidentally reformatting all these files, and I don't care. Although CI is gonna be gripey about it. I'm so happy though that this module will not have that command line client anymore. It's so bad. Sorry, folks. Very, very bad. Add command must have a name. Command path. I just did this. I feel like it didn't get my changes. You lie. The other thing I could do is this base command in its constructor could just take a program. I'm doing that. And then I don't have to deal with this stupid, dumb. That's more conventional. This is one of those cases where, did the AI code save me time? I think it did still. There's a lot of text. Anyways, G Knight 07 just popping in to say hello. I got grinded I need to do as well. Best of luck with your grinding. Hit up them clubs, get that grinding. Done. Expected one argument. Good. Okay. I wonder if Devin could have done this. Devin might have done it better. I don't really read the instructions for this repo. It's very big. Yelk push. Permission denied. That's good news. That means something actually updated. Cannot add command WinterSpec as already have command WinterSpec. Command.register command. The fuck does that mean? Oh, is it this? Rabbit holes. Nice. All right. We already got a better help thing. Okay, so can we... Yeah, let's generate some route types. So I changed the method signature to avoid... Oh my gosh. Is it fucking working? Okay, now we can see where it's freezing. That is the progress we made. Running with config. So we get this line running with config, and then it breaks. And we also have some other garbage that we should probably remove. So we have made some slight progress on debugging this, because we actually get to the command execution in a predictable way. Okay, so let's see. So this is what we got, running with config. And the config is just the output directory. Okay, so nothing too fancy there. We don't get to... I don't know where the next debug line is. Let's see. I gotta make this a little smaller. There's just so much stuff. Debug running with config. Load config. Okay. So we'll say config loaded. You can never have too many of these debug messages. That's the great thing about debug, because they're going to be turned off. You only want them if you specifically ask for them. So we'll do this. Okay. So that should help. That should help us figure this out. Okay, running with config, and we don't get beyond that. So we're failing at the load config step. That's pretty crazy. That's a good place to be failing, because there's nothing easier than that. So hopefully very easy to debug. Okay, so line 78 is what we're going to want to come back to, but let's import debug. Just going to keep adding these debug statements so that we never have to do this junk again. Load config. Okay. So we'll create it. There's a little bit of a performance penalty to that, but we'll do it anyway. Loaded config. Okay, try fstat. So let's do debug, checking for config in. Oh, does that work? All right. It's probably failing the validation. Okay, so now we go to validate config, and yeah, we'll add a debug line validating config. Okay. Routes. Okay. So it's validating that these paths exist. Okay. Npm run build. Ah, if only I could make this go away. Can I uninstall XO? Go away. Disable. Okay, we got lots of stuff now. Okay. Checking for root, loading config from root directory, config found in root directory, loading config. And that's the path to the file. Okay, all right. Loading config from root directory. So it's that one, right? Loading config from root directory. Okay. So bundle require. Ooh, okay. All right. Oh, okay. All right. I can see why that would be a problem. It's trying to do something too fancy. Bundle require. What is this? What is this from? Bundle require. What the F is this? Bundle require. Oh, I bet this module is the source of all of my friggin' problems. Projects like Vite need to load config files. MJS, blah, 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 blah. That's how bundle require works. Oh, let me check the issues. It's definitely going to have a friggin' bun issue. Guaranteed. Where's the GitHub? GitHub. Bundle require. They need to add that to their package JSON, a link. Oh, it's by Egoist. I'll give it a star. Bundle your file, blah, 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 blah. Doesn't work when using workspaces. Watch flag. Let's look at the closed issues. Entry point, blah, blah, blah. Import meta URL. I don't see any bun issues. Anything here? Chore updates. It's the last time it was updated. 7 months ago. Huh. 7 months ago. 7 months ago. 7 months ago, huh? Let's check the version. Bundle require. Oh, it's got a, we're out of date. Let's try an update. Okay. Bundle require version 5. All right. Let's do it to it. I don't know if the downstream dependency is going to... If I do npm ls bundle require... Yeah, we're not using the right version. So let's do... Yeah, let's try... I don't know if it's going to work. Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't want to update that dependency because of Yalk. We'll just hack it. Node modules bundle require. We just delete it. And then it'll use the parent package. Okay, it's still broken, so didn't make a difference. Wow, bundle require hanging. I mean, I think it's hanging. Yeah, config load. I mean, it couldn't be anything else. Otherwise, well, it could be getting an error. Yeah, we'll try that. We'll give that a go, but otherwise, I think we got to find an alternative to this bundle require thing. Yeah. Loading config. We're just getting stuck on this bundle require line. Yeah, it's not super. How many stars does this have? 175. It's not super popular. What is work leap? That's interesting. Sometimes names are kind of interesting, huh? Work leap. Oh, it's an HR platform. HR platforms are always sponsoring GitHub packages. I don't know why. Bundle your file, blah, 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 blah. Why doesn't that work? It's so interesting. Is it possible it's throwing and we just have really bad error handling here? Say failed to bundle require. That's kind of unfortunate for the variable. Maybe we'll do this instead. It's a little easier. And then we'll throw e. Yeah, all right. Let's give that a try. Still nothing. I'm almost in disbelief. It seems like, reputable guy, egoist, is behind this, and still nothing. No love. I'm just going to modify this slightly just to make sure that I'm seeing that my code is actually executing. It's pretty crazy. Yeah, it's executing. I don't know. Bundle require. Who would have thunk? We might be able to get a repro and prove that this doesn't work in Node.js. Go further down the rabbit hole. Do a little open source contribution today. I do use a lot of egoist stuff, so maybe it's time for a little bit of help. A little bit of help from a friend. But not too much. Not too much. Because I don't want to learn too many things. So we're just going to do script.ts. It's just going to be a bun script. It's going to import bundle require from source. Sure. We can start there. Bundle require myconfig.config.ts. Name myconfig, sure, whatever. Bundle require myconfig. Is that how this works? Config const config equals await, something like that. Yeah. Oh, file path. File path. Okay. All right. File path. This is gonna work. I'm gonna be very upset. Error while resolving package. Let's install. Yeah, it works. Very disappointing. I got 3 VS Code windows and I am struggling to juggle. All right, this is his project, Egoist, the great Egoist. I think ES build struggles with bun, actually. But it worked there. It's not like the config file is that complicated. Let me see. Let's see how bad the WinterSpec config is. It does import define config. So theoretically, that define config could be causing problems. Let's try it. Okay, so we're going to taint this beautiful project with our garbage dependency. Then we're going to do define config from WinterSpec, which is really just a method to help you add types. Doesn't really do anything. I imported this in the wrong place. Okay, got define config. Or still wrong place. Okay, we're going to go to our config file. Import that, define config. Okay. Can we replicate the phrase? Oh, interesting. It errors. We weren't seeing an error though. Unrecognized key. Oh, that's a legit error. Hold on. Platform node. We have to give it a real routes directory. Yeah, there's this whole thing. Hold on. Source. Excuse me. Oh my gosh. Still works. Wow, what a mystery. Chase. I love the chase. That's what I do it for. Okay, reproduce it very easily here. Yeah, presumably the reason it reproduces so easily here is because of the Yelk installation. No, that doesn't break it. Must be the ES build version, right? I'm trying to think. It's really debugging in the dark when something hangs, right? Like, what else do you do? Yeah, it might just be the ES build version. What version of ES build is being used here? Oh, it's a newer version? So bundle require uses an older version of ES build? No, that's not it. There's also this dependency that's a little weird. Load ts config. I don't know. Load ts config. Should we start debugging in here too? Oh my gosh, when will it end? Loading ts config. Ts config loaded. Going all the way. Extract result. Oh, I wish more people use debug. I would love to have debug right now. ES build options. All right. It's almost certainly in the ES build process, and we're not going to go deeper. We're not going to go deeper than the ES build. Oh my god, I don't even know if I want to go this deep already. I might, oh man, can I hack in a fix? I'm trying to think. Can I do like type of bun, then attempt to use a bun import, short circuit it? Let's try short circuiting it. So we're doing this bundle require here. If type of bun not equal to undefined, we gotta do this too. Let config any. And then yeah, we can remove all this. We'll just do this mod config equals mod.default. Okay. And then if bun is not equal to undefined, we're going to do a dynamic import, potential config path. Yeah. Although bun, I don't think bun can do dynamic imports. Now that I think about it. Oh, man. Oh, oof. Dude, that's blows. What's an alternative to bundle require? I could strip. Oh my gosh. I just don't want to call in an ES build. If I can avoid calling in an ES build, I think a lot of complexity goes away. What's an alternative to the bundle require module? I don't know, maybe bun has support for dynamic imports now too. Bun dynamic imports. Seems like it should be able to do it. I don't know. Let's try it. Failed to dynamically import config and will return null. Okay. Unfortunately, this won't build. We got to declare bun here. Nice. Smoothie board repro PR. Let's take a look. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it. I've been working on this like an hour, dude. I have regrets. It's in DSN converter, right? Smoothie board repro. 3,000 lines. Oh, I don't like this. What are you doing here? Oh. Nah, man. Nah, man. Like return null or something. If you can't process a pin, return null. That's going to create so much like weird jank. If we return, yeah, I don't know. There's like, I guess this is probably like the biggest cultural difference with like people I've been contributing with since leaving my company. But like, you don't want any default data. People keep throwing in zeros in places. That creates the weirdest bugs. Yeah. Sorry, I'm like going so hard. I keep seeing this though. I like it happens all the time. I'm like, I don't know why you would do that. Parse pin number. Oh, I see. It's consolidation. This function has no relation to the parent scope. I would say don't anycast this. Why do you need to anycast this? I would say don't parse pin number, value type of number, return parse int. This is too hard to understand. Oh, okay. Like, I think, yeah, I don't get it, man. I don't get it. Parse int. Okay, so if it's a number, I return the number. If it's a string, I parse it, and then I say, is it not a number? And then if it's not a number, I return a string of the number. Okay. So basically, it takes pin 1. I don't know. Give this a doc string and pull it out so that the function is defined here. I'm being so harsh. Sorry, it's late at night for me, and I'm I don't know if you knew this. I'm a very angry code reviewer. Most of the time. He's like, come on, dude, I work so hard on this. Don't hide errors, dude. Don't hide errors. And use debug. Don't missing pin number. You can, I mean, if you're switching this to return null, you can do a debug line, and then you can return pin or null. Also, like this naming convention, this isn't you. This whole code base is crap. So, I'll be very honest about that. No problem, dude. Sorry. Anyway, process pin, like it's an imperative function name. Process is an imperative prefix. It should be void. But this whole file is super messed up, and it returns this stuff. If it process implies some kind of mutation, that's a terrible word to use, but I don't know. It's probably AI generated slop. So Adam, type of blah, 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 type of node string. I don't know why you have to change this. I don't get it. When things break, it's like terrible. So I would try to avoid changing things if possible. Yeah. Like it's just the breakage, it breaks, it'll break a ton of stuff if there's weirdness. I don't know. I just don't understand the change. And it's kind of because the code is crap, but I don't know. Maybe one thing you can do is go on the PR and literally leave comments yourself for why you had to make the change. And that would give me context. Normally I would say put a comment in for other people reading it. But the thing is the code made no sense to begin with. It's terrible code. So I don't really know what to, I don't really know what to say. I want this whole thing to be rewritten, but we don't have time right now. Defaults, I hate defaults. It already started as defaults. This whole thing should return null or whatever. But defaults are a road to hell, so to speak. So we should just return null and handle the null case rather than returning null defaults all over the place. I don't know. I don't know about all these changes. Wire path if chords length to path chords. Actually, that doesn't seem too bad. Maybe I don't know. The thing about DSN is the coordinates. Fuck, man, this is terrible because like I barely understand this stuff. But coordinates is not always coordinates in DSN. It's not always like like it's not always like the path coordinates. A lot of times it can mean a couple different things. It's like overloaded is probably the right term. But this doesn't look too bad. But like, unless you absolutely have to, I wouldn't change stuff because if it breaks, we're just going to have to revert the whole PR because like nobody knows how this stuff works because it's all AI generated slop. I would use debug lines. I would use a lot more debug lines. There's examples for how to use debug lines in other places. But yeah, just use debug lines. Otherwise it's going to generate too much crap. Because we need to be able to turn it off. Find net name if present, blah, blah, blah. I don't know. Yeah, okay. Okay. Find net name if present. This looks good, though. I don't know. You avoided breaking any tests, it looks like, right? So, one test. You didn't break anything. So, I don't know. Maybe it's fine. Okay. Honestly, it looks pretty good. Like, if you're not breaking anything, it's probably okay. But I am worried about the changes. I would see if you can get away with changing as little as possible, right? And if you're returning null and ignoring things and doing a debug line, that's fine. But, and I'm not like this on any other repo. Literally, this is the only repo because there's so much AI generated slop in this repo. I don't know how anything works, and so I'm afraid to touch all of it. Do it right. I mean, look, man, there's no right way either. So like, it's not you. It's not you. It's this code base is so bad. It's so bad. Yeah, it's not a bad PR. I would just see that you can, if you can reduce it, if you go through and leave some comments like, I ran into this or whatever, it's good. But I would almost say if something doesn't parse, just return null. And put a debug line, and we'll be able to figure it out. But this does look really good. The really nice thing, and this is really important because what we can do is anytime we have a change, we'll use this snapshot to help us to see what we did on a real board. So extremely important contribution. And the test is perfect. So, great job. Yeah. Really good job. Really good job. Oh. We're not handling rotation yet. Yeah, we'll need to handle rotation. We should do it in a future PR. Yeah, we have to handle rotation, right? So, yeah, that's a really important issue. Really important. It's a really great PR, actually. Yeah, it's a really great PR. It's literally just like look at the diff and see if you can take things away and make it as small as possible. And then maybe if you want, give me some context on the comment, because I might be able to help you out with not like in this PR, but in a future PR if I understand why you had to make a change. But yeah, that project sucks, and I don't want to have to revert it because it is really, really great. But like we understand so little because of the AI generated slop. I want to rewrite the project so that there's like a DSN class and then you add things to it incrementally. And I think that would be a much, much better pattern. But, you know. Yeah. Good job. Oh, I got some, what else do I have in review me? I think it's just Absi. Oh, Rohit posted some stuff at 8 p.m. I think I already reviewed these. Maybe? I don't think I reviewed this one. This one already got an approval. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's kind of disappointing because you're not fixing like kilovolts or anything like that. You fixed it for exactly one case. But okay. Okay. Add as well. I think this solution is good, but not total. The general purpose solution could be dangerous since casing is important in some cases. Okay, cool. All right, so we know exactly what the issue is with WinterSpec, but we don't have a solution. Yeah, so we wanted to maybe do a dynamic import with bun. Declare, this sucks. Declare the global bun object as any. Let's see if we can do this. Yeah. Okay, so that'll fix the type error. So maybe if bun supports dynamic imports, we can avoid the bundle require module, which seems to have some crazy bug that I'm not going to be able to figure out today. Let's see if it works. npm run build and push. Okay. Bun run. It's also shitty I can't reproduce the... Sorry, I'm getting distracted. That I can't reproduce the... Oh, interesting. Loading config. Huh. I should align like attempting bun require. Bun import. Oh man, I like reformatted some stuff, which is not good. Oof. Oh, interesting. You're not allowed to use any in this project. Can I say that? Okay. Oh man, I don't know what's going on. Oh, I'm in the wrong project here. All right. There we go. There we go. Perfect. Nah, I'm not getting that log line. Huh. Bun is available using dynamic import. Calling bundle require. Okay, so if I do bun x, that should... Maybe bun run. Yeah, there we go. Code generation failed. Okay, well, okay, so this is the first time it's actually executed, so that works. So this is a massive hack, but that does work. So I wonder where else bundle requires use, because this could be messing up everything. Oh, looks like this is the only place where it's used. So yeah, so that's it's not a bad fix for. It's not a bad fix. Really complicated though. Wow. Whew. My gosh. I'm like, can't believe like 2 hours on this fix. We re-implemented the whole command line. Re-implement command line in Commander as WinterSpec 2. Add bun config loading. So this error was obscured before, so we can actually we should be able to use the old CLI, but we'll get CLI to Commander. Add lots of debug. When in bun, avoid bundle require. Thank goodness. So glad to be done with that. We have some type issue, but that's going to be easy. All of this was so that we could get types for our routes. Very small ask. When I came back from my trip, I did not screw in my microphone, so I just like ejected it. Rabbit holes. So we're gonna try to use the old Next.js server routes, I guess. And those server routes are gonna call the API, so it's gonna be pretty weird, and I don't know how I feel about it. Yeah. I could also just make everything use client and use normal React query. I might do that. I don't love the server stuff because like I have to think about like update behavior now, right? Like if I want that data to be fresh, I don't know. I guess I don't care about the freshness of any of this data, so it's probably okay. And it's all very cacheable as well, so maybe it's okay in this case. I'll try out the Next.js server actions one up. Yo, what up, Shibo? Late night stream. Yeah, 10:30. I guess that's it's late for me. I'm a early riser, but I have nowhere to be tomorrow morning that I know of. I might have somewhere to be that I don't remember right now. Yeah, I just debugged WinterSpec for like an hour. I ported the entire CLI to Commander because I was so frustrated with the framework. That project is not great, architecture wise, code style wise, etc. I have a lot of gripes about it, I guess. I feel bad. Like, look, hey, people make open source code. It's great. It's great. We love you. We love you when you make open source code, but it hurts me. It does hurt me. All right, we got a Windows check running. I'm not super worried about the Windows check, so we're going to merge this guy. And let me add, I think this repo uses semantic release, so we're going to do fix. We'll get a new version of WinterSpec with our enhancements. The whole point of this was you're supposed to be able to use, and now you can, WinterSpec to generate routes, types for your routes, and that way when you have a client, you can just kind of reference the types for your routes. So super great. Unfortunately, we have a bunch of type errors in this project, I think. So it's not letting us generate the route types. So let's go ahead and go on a little type check chase. Okay, we got 5 here. Yeah, that makes sense. I don't really know what is supposed to be in here. We'll just do that. It's complaining about an import that doesn't exist. Okay. I might be able to get Aider to solve all of these. But the project's in a little bit of a state. Let's do Yelk retreat all, clean up the project. Honestly, when you mess around a lot, you probably just need to nuke the node modules. Okay. Then we'll do bun install. And we're also going to want to upgrade WinterSpec at some point. Yeah, version 9.9. Nice. And we've got WinterSpec 2. That's our commander binary. Cool. So I just want to make sure that the WinterSpec module works before we go and fix all the types. Yeah, cool. So we got to fix the type errors. All right. Checkpoint with fixed WinterSpec. And we're going to feed in all the type errors to Aider. So we're just going to do aid, and then bunx tsc no emit. tsc no emit is the funniest command you have to type. They should have aliased it to type check. I have no idea why they didn't do that. Such a weird command I have to type in. We should add all the files that are being referenced here. A lot of these are from shadcn, so I don't know what's going on. Maybe I should take a look. Item data key. Item is possibly undefined. I don't know. Maybe our TypeScript config is a little bit strict. I'm just gonna add all these files in advance. Probably don't have to, but components UI sidebar.tsx. We're gonna add all those, and then fix the type errors. Could also ask it to ignore it, and that would be easy. Yeah, because there's some likelihood it breaks something if it's like, oh, it shouldn't be that way. Okay, we're good now. We should be able to generate types. Hopefully. Code generation failed. Cannot find module WinterSpec. Is that right? I think it's getting like different type errors. After all that work, I'm not even sure we can use this. It's weird. I think the issue... Let's cannot find module WinterSpec. Why wouldn't you be able to find WinterSpec? It's like it's confused about the TS config. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I'm not going to spend any more time on this. Sucks, but I don't know. Maybe I made some level of progress fixing it in the future. Oh man, that sucks. The whole point of that module is to generate routes. So it's like, if you don't get routes out of it, it's like, oh, it's not good. All right, so if we want to get all the auto routers, and this is a Next.js page that doesn't use use client, so we got to remove that. I think the auto router mini card, maybe this one uses use client. I don't know why there was use client up there, but anyway, this is where you do the fetch request. So, oh, I guess I got to rerun the server here. Oh, it did not survive me nuking the node modules. Okay. So the idea is I should be able to just make a request to the API here. So ky.get this is where I would normally, instead of any, I would normally put the route types there. But autorouter/list JSON. So I should be able to do this. And then down here for the autorouter mini card, I would do a map. We can kind of cheat on the types. It's not great, but if we do lib or API DB, schema, we can import the it's so jank though. Oh, I'm gonna have to look at that route type generation. Autorouter schema, yeah. Yeah, this is very jank. But anyway, you can do this. Autorouters, z.infer, type of autorouter schema. And then you get some good types. Okay, so we're getting a 500 on our request for the API. And it breaks the whole rendering of the page because it's not like a, this is different. I don't know, this route is pretty straightforward. Internal server error, I guess it's not working. Internal server error, cannot find package immer. Oh, that's weird. Okay, it's working now. Okay, so now it's not displaying any autorouters because I think the way I'm running the API, it's not seeded. So let's see, we got some with DB middleware here. And it does create database. Yeah. So we could it add a seed option here? And then we'll import, we'll do the seed database function. It's bad practice to import from the tests, but I'll do it. Probably have to give it a restart. Where's the guide on how to contribute to open source and TS Circuit? If you go to blog.tscircuit.com, I would actually, this top guide is pretty good. Build electronics with TypeScript and React for Hacktoberfest. It goes over each project, and there's actually video tutorials on most projects. And I even rank the repos easy to hard. So that's pretty good. We also have this article, How TS Circuit Works. So that's also pretty good if you wanna contribute. Oof, what's going on here? I don't know what I did. I somehow changed the return type. I don't know. All right, let's change this a little. That's how I wanted to do it, but I don't want to break too much stuff right now. So we'll add. Yeah, we'll do that. Exactly. Thank you, AI. AI gets me sometimes. All right. Okay, 500 error. Oh, same thing. I'm kind of calling the wrong endpoint. Localhost 3091, autorouter's list. Worker is not defined. Create WebCircuit worker. Yeah, this is because WinterSpec, more WinterSpec issues. I should rewrite WinterSpec from the ground up. It's been so problematic. I can't believe it. You know, if I knew all the stuff that would, all the ways it would cause problems, I never would have used it. Because it's got it was so beta, and not in my preferred coding style. Yeah, but you know, you do what you do. Anyway, the point is it executes in a Node.js context, so it doesn't have web workers available. Bun emulates web workers. So because we're not using Bun as the runtime for WinterSpec, because WinterSpec uses its own runtime, we do not have workers. And so we cannot create circuits, at least using web workers. Let's create a scripts directory, and what we're going to do... Oh, it already exists. We're going to create a script called generate seed database. And this script will speed up all the tests by generating a one-time seed database. So we'll call this function generate seed database. And instead of taking a DB client, we'll do the database schema instead. Keep it more object-y. And instead of taking it in, we will return it. So we'll return, is that right? Database schema? Yeah, that's right. Yeah, there we go. Okay, cool. So we're creating this database object by generating a bunch of samples. We're going to save this to a file. It's complaining because I'm not returning the database here. Return DB. Okay, cool. And then this is a script, so we'll want to do generate seed database, await const db equals. This thing's going to be pretty big. We will literally dump it into the test fixtures. So we will do, I don't know. Let's import write file sync from Node.fs. We'll do write file sync test / fixture / c database dot generated .json. Okay. And then we'll add a package, generate seed. Good. File not found. Interesting you would say that. It's because I'm in the scripts directory. It's going to be a big file. Yeah, look at this guy. She big. There's a lot of nans in there I'm seeing. I don't know if it rendered completely properly, some of those SVGs. Cool. I don't know if it... Are there SVGs in there? It's kind of hard to tell. I don't see any SVGs. I'm just like trying to scan this massive code. I see a DSN. Maybe the SVGs are really small, relatively. Okay. Fun. Okay, now C database, this file. This is going to completely change how it works. It's going to do a static import of the seed database. Seed is one of those words that's a noun and a verb, and so it can create problems when naming. Anyway. Basically just going to do that. Just push everything in. What are you complaining about? What? I don't know how to anycast this. It wants to import as a as like a strict type, but there's some definitely BS issue. Okay. Cool. Let's see if that broke our test suite. Should speed up the test suite dramatically. Yeah, that's way faster. Some snapshot issues. Hard to say, but they don't look... Oh, interesting. I think it's mutating the database seed. So we'll do copied seed, and then yeah, we'll push the copied seed so that way we don't deal with mutations. That would have been an easy one to just update snapshot. Okay, we still have some snapshot changes. And it does kind of look like we're still getting duplicates, but how would that be possible? Copied seed. If nothing's modifying the JSON file. Let's see, samples, dataset. There's two data sets. It's also kind of sus that not all the tests are changing. Let me see. Okay. Yeah, we have two autorouters, and we have an autorouters list test. So let's try running this. This looks right. It's not flaky. Okay, what test is failing? I like to run bun test bal to fail on the first test. That can help. It is the autorouter list test. So it seems like there's inter-test interaction. They're interacting with each other. Okay, start server, DB, seed database, DB. Should be a unique database. create database, hoist, create store, should be a new store, initializer, combine database, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, it looks all like new objects. Yeah, but there's duplicates in there. Yeah, it's coming in longer each time. It should always come in as 0. That should never execute in a test context, and it's not, which is good. How is that being mutated? That's crazy. See, its length goes up each time. It's crazy. Well, we're at 11 p.m. This is a big mystery I'm very curious about. We didn't get very far, shockingly not far, on the site. But hopefully we get a release tomorrow, end of week, probably. Lots of other stuff to do. I didn't get to mess around with Pglite either, which I was looking forward to, but again, that'll have to be for tomorrow. Thanks for joining. If you want to follow along with TS Circuit, we're going to do a big end of year 2024 summary, I think. So definitely subscribe on the blog. Thanks for joining. If you joined from TikTok, what are you doing? I bet this doesn't look right at all on a mobile screen, but I streamed to TikTok today. But I think that's that. Thanks for joining.